Hello ladies and gentlemen, News 47 reporting in. I'm here to show you guys how to craft in Star Wars The Old Republic. Now the first thing to note about crafting in this game is that it is known as crew skills. To access your crew skills, first you must beat your first planet, and it will take you to your fleet. It will be for the Republic fleet for the Republic side, and Imperial fleet for the Empire side. Now to find the crew skills section in your on your fleet, just simply go to your map by pressing M or selecting the key up here for the map, and go to the area labeled Crew Skills. For the Empire, it'll be down in this quadrant. For Republic, I believe it was up here. Anyways, so now you're in the crew section. You can just go around, talk to each one, or talk to each of these trainers, and they will put an entry in your codex, and it'll tell you in your codex what each of them does. So to access your codex, you can go here to your mission log and then select down here on this tab called labeled codex. After that, you'll go to crew skills and you can read each of them. Each of them will tell you what goes good with each other and what they actually do. Now, for my class, I'm playing a bounty hunter mercenary, and for me, I like to have my weapons top notch. So as an obvious choice, I went with arm stack, which I'm on selected right now. So the recommended gathering skill is scavenging, and the mission skill is investigation. Now you're probably wondering, what is this gathering skill? What is the mission skill? Now the gathering skill, you can send your companion on missions to acquire the goods that you need to create your actual crafting, skill. So as arm stack, let's say I want to make a reflex barrel 6. I need to acquire all of these in order to make it. Now to acquire these regents, you can either send them on scavenging missions, labeled here, lost cargo, why not? Moderate yield of grade 2 scavenged metals. So it'll either come up with bronzium or chanlon. Now at the moment I require At the moment I require bronzium, but chances of me actually getting it is about 50-50. I'll either get chanlon or bronzium for these grade 2 mission skills. So let's just send her on her way to Lost Cargo.
I'll be done in no time.
Alright, I've gone ahead and skipped ahead. So you don't have to wait for the whole duration of the mission. As you'll see, you should be back in 5 seconds. So we'll see if the mission was successful or not. Alright, so it looks like I got bronzium. So you accept the mission reward, or the mission rewards, and look in your inventory if you want to see it, but it'll still be there. Now to access your crew skill menu, I didn't mention this before. It is up here in called the crew window, or you can press N, unless you change the key binding to something else. Now I'll go back to my arm stack, and once I have acquired all of the materials necessary to make this reflex barrel, it'll show you how many you actually can make on this side, this left number right here. So I can make 9 reflex barrels because I have enough of those materials, or 30 of these, but I'm not interested in those. As you can see, the number right here is gray. When the skill level, or that number represents, well, the color represents if it will increase your skill level. Now, see how these are orange? That means it'll be guaranteed to level up my skill level, which is right here, by 2 points. Yellow will increase it by 1, green has a chance to increase it by 1, and gray does nothing at all. So generally, if you want to try to level up your profession, either you go with green, yellow, or orange. For me, I like to just personally be an orange so I can level up the fastest. And so we have all the materials necessary, so you just select what you want to make and select your companion. At the moment I only have one person, Mako, and I select craft.
Wish me luck.
So it'll take about a minute and 43 seconds right here. But you might notice that it actually wasn't a minute and 43 seconds entirely, because I increased my infection level with her. And the higher infection level your companions have with you, the faster they will do their missions and crafting for you. Another thing to note is each companion has different efficiencies for your crafting skills. So Mako is more efficient at slicing, which is generally a money-making crew skill. It also can create augments, which are used as modifications for crafted-only materials. Cybertech, on the other hand, is very nice. It's one of my favorite professions. It allows you to create modifications and enhancements. No, it doesn't make enhancements, sorry. It makes armoring and modifications, and it also can make ship armor and droid armor. So it's really nice. I really enjoy it. And so basically, you can just stick with that, find some moddable gear, and you can stick with that from level 1 to 50, no problem. Just keep updating your mods and whatnot. But anyways, back to arms tech, what I'm doing. The main focus of arms tech is, of course, making weapons, but it also makes barrels, which are used for non-force user weapons, or guns, basically. So rifles, assault cannons, pistols, rifles, sniper rifles, but they also can make miscellaneous abilities as well, or miscellaneous weapons as well. You can make vibroblades, you can make tech staves, tech blades, basically a lot of companion weapons that are really hard to find. So that's another reason I decided to go arms tech. So anyways, let's check the item that she just made. I already had a couple of them made already. So another really interesting thing about this game is that you can reverse engineering what you have already created. You can select reverse engineering, and then whatever is in your inventory will glow or will light up, which you can actually reverse engineer. Everything else that you cannot reverse engineer will be dulled out. Simply right click on whatever you want to reverse engineer and you will get some of your items back. Now, if you keep reverse engineering the same item, well, it doesn't necessarily have to be the same one, but whenever you reverse engineering an item, you have a chance to learn a new schematic. Right here, as you saw, it says, I learned a new schematic, Reflex Barrel 6. If you want to view it, just go back to your arms tech, and you'll notice that I have acquired the blue Reflex Barrel. Now I'm going to go and acquire some plastifiber, and unfortunately my investigation skill, which acquires my blue materials, I'm just going to go to the Galactic Trade Network, which is basically an auction house where other players may have put them up there. So if there's nothing there, then I'll have to wait until I get my investigation high enough level. Alright, so I'm just going to skip ahead and get over there. Alright, so I went into the auction house, or the Galactic Trade Network, and I purchased some plastifiber. Unfortunately, there was only a stack of 56, which costs 4,000 credits, but hey, whatever, I wanted to show you guys for this video.
Wish me luck.
So I'll send her off on the mission. Now, as you saw, I was able to acquire this blue recipe. One thing you should note is, if you keep creating these blue items, or blue quality items, you have a chance to acquire a purple schematic from constantly reverse engineering these blue ones. Sometimes you might get on the first shot, other times it might take you a couple tries, but you will get it eventually, and in order to create the purple schematics, you'll need to reverse engineer these blue ones. It can be somewhat tedious, but if you're lucky, it won't be that bad. Now, in order to acquire your higher end components, you'll need the mission skill, which I didn't explain earlier. Mission skills will generally give you one of two items, either the blue material you need to create your whatever it is you're trying to create, or companion gifts, which seems to be a common one, or other types of things. Like slicing isn't exactly a mission skill. Well, I guess it is a mission skill because it gives you augments, which, as I said before, you can be added to created armor, which is only crafted, by the way, so you won't be able to put on something you find in a flashpoint or in PvP. It has to be crafted in order to put an augment into it. Anyways, I've been getting sidetracked. So, for arms tech, investigation is the way to go in order to be able to acquire the goods necessary to make your materials. Now, once I get this modification, and I don't think I can actually use it yet, yeah, it's level 17. So I'm just gonna go look around. I'll just take my gun. So as of now, you don't actually have to use modification tables in order to modify your items or your weapons. Here, I'll just take apart this real quick. I'm extracting my item, which means he doesn't destroy, but yet he doesn't destroy it on replacement. Instead, you can just take it out and sell it, or reverse engineer it if you're a cyber tech or whatever. Let's go ahead and take these out. Oh, I need to change that still. Haven't done that yet. Alright, anyways, so this armor piece I have, it's medium armor, which isn't really good for bounty hunters, but I like the way it looks, so I took it. And because it's modifiable, I can put the stats I want into it. Originally, it had cunning stats, as you saw from this mod right here. But if you select, if you highlight over this particular spot you want to modify, so like if I want to update the armoring, I'll put my cursor over it, and my armoring right here will light up. I can go ahead and just click and drag and pop it in, hit apply, bam! I added I added aim to my jacket, and now I have the proper stat I need. Now I do need to go back and find an actual, not a skill mod, but the mod that pertains to my class. So I need to find something that gives me plus aim, because cunning is virtually useless to a bounty hunter. So that's one thing you should note, that even though you find a customizable piece that doesn't exactly have your stats, that doesn't mean you can't wear it. You can go ahead and wear it, of course, and just replace those modifications with the ones that your class actually needs. Let's see. So for weapons, you have barrels, which I'm creating right here. I can't use them because I'm not level 17 yet on this character. But in order to keep updating your weapons, you just have to keep putting a new barrel in. That will increase your damage. In modification, that just adds stats. Enhancement, same thing, but enhancements tend to have a more wide variety of stats. Later, you'll find access to power, shield rating, shield absorption, defense, surge, critical. Well, surge, I should go back on that. Surge basically increases your damage from a critical strike. So your critical strike does about 50%. Where's my stats? Right here, critical chance, that's your crit rating. Surge is your critical multiplier. So if you have a higher surge, the more critical multiplier you have. Anyways, getting off the track. So that is how you modify an item. You just simply, if you have the mod available to you that you actually can use, you can just slide it back in. Now I'm not going to put that back in this piece because I'm going to go get a modification with aim. So hopefully that's a brief little tutorial on how to modify your weapons and armor. So just remember that when you get a modifiable armor, you can just keep that throughout the entire game. So like right this here, I can keep this with me from 1 to 50. I might not want to keep it at 50 because I'll have access to better gear, but it'll last me till I hit 50. And as long as I keep replacing gear, or replacing the modifications inside it. Granted, I doubt I will be staying with this piece because I'm bound to find something cooler looking that I like instead of this. Although I do think he's pretty cool looking. Kind of scary, I guess. I know my girlfriend doesn't like him. But anyways, let's just wait around till Mako gets ready to create the item. Alright, so I fast forwarded. Well, not exactly fast forward. I sped it up so that you guys can see what happens. Alright, so she created the Reflex Barrel 6. I can't use it yet, so I'm going to try to aim for the Epic, or the Artifact pattern, which that's the name for the purples in this game. So I'm going to go ahead and reverse engineer that, and hopefully I get the Artifact enhancement. Oh, look at that. First shot. Excellent. So now, what I'll need is Polyfibe. So you guys get the idea. I don't have access to it right now because my investigation is really low. Ideally, you want to keep all of your skills to about around the same level. I'm going to be pumping out more investigation pretty soon. One thing to note is your mission skills will take the longest as they produce the higher quality goods. So just keep that in mind, have patience. As you level up, you'll have access to more companions, and you can send multiple companions out at once, doing different things. So I hope this video helped you guys. If you guys have any questions or comments, please go ahead and ask me either through a private message or even just commenting on this video. Alright guys, news out.